Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I was just enjoying a book, as I'm sure you do too. Welcome to the first official announcement of the George All True, completely true story. He went to Planet Nine from outer space, and that's where he stayed for about 50. With George Washington books, you can get to read the books that George Washington chooses himself. Oh, hello. This is George Washington's Book Club. Here at George Washington's Book Club, we believe in one thing and one thing only. You see, the aliens in heaven brought him over to another planet. It was Planet Nine from outer space. This is Washington Book Club. That's right. George Washington Books. With George Washington Books. And then that's where I found him. That's where I found him because I'm from Jupiter and he was in Jupiter as a ghost, but I can also talk to ghosts because I'm a alien that can talk to ghosts. And so that's why you got to join George Washington's book. First of all, that I am a medium of ghosts. I can speak to him, I can talk to him, and I spoke to George Washington himself. He told me to read this book. He really likes this book. One at the club, and then you can read the books that George Washington tells me that you're supposed to read. Do you want to not read George Washington's books? From the mind of George Washington. This is what George Washington wants you to read. Trust me, I'm a medium. One of his favorites. Little fact you didn't know, George Washington reads books in the afterlife. And now you can too. At George Washington Books, you can join 52 years, and that was in 1837. Now, in 1852, he left and he went to a different planet, that was Mars. He went to Mars, and then in Mars, he met with the Martians, of course. And the Martians told him, what you really got to do is you got to go to Venus. Venus is where it's at. Venus is the party for the afterlife. It's Hades' party. Oh, hello. I didn't happen to see you there. Welcome to George Washington's books. And these books are going to make your life a better place for everyone. Join George Washington's books for a low payment of $1,000 a week. Wow. Did not think of that. Folks, these books are straight world. So he goes to Venus, he hops on his first flight, he goes to Venus, and then in Venus he discovers Margaret Thatcher 100 years later. She was there, and he really liked Margaret Thatcher. He was like, yeah, let's have some fun with Margaret Thatcher. But Margaret Thatcher did not like Venus, so she decided that she wanted to go to Jupiter. And then George Washington was like, yeah, I'm going to go with Margaret Thatcher to Jupiter Club. Because in George Washington's book club, you can read all the books that George Washington, who's now in Jupiter, wants you to read. You can't go to Jupiter, but I can go to Jupiter. I can talk to him, and I'll tell you what he wants you to read. This is George Washington's book club, because what happened was when George Washington died, he went to heaven, of course, but then